Everyone knows about focus problems. Everyone knows about hyperactivity. Everyone knows about forgetting things and running late and losing your keys. Those are the surface symptoms, the ones that made it into the brochures. What nobody talks about are the symptoms underneath, the ones that shape your entire daily experience of being alive and never get named in a diagnosis conversation. Those are the symptoms we are exposing today. The first one is time blindness. This is not just being bad at time management. This is a fundamentally different relationship with time itself. The ADHD brain experiences time in two categories, now and not now. The future, even the immediate future, does not feel real in the way it does for neurotypical brains. A deadline that is 2 weeks away does not register as urgent because 2 weeks from now is not now. This is why ADHD people work best under pressure. When the deadline is now, when the emergency is present and immediate, the brain finally fires. Dopamine releases, focus arrives, not because they work better under pressure by choice, because now is the only time frame the ADHD brain treats as real. The second hidden symptom is emotional dysregulation. This is not the same as RSD, though they overlap. Emotional dysregulation means that the intensity of all emotions, not just rejection, is amplified. Joy is bigger, enthusiasm is bigger, frustration is bigger, boredom is bigger, and when an ADHD person is excited about something, it takes over their entire system. When they are bored, the boredom is physically uncomfortable in a way that is hard to describe to someone who has not experienced it. When they are frustrated, the frustration can feel disproportionate to what triggered it. This is neurological. The same regulatory systems that struggle with focus also struggle with emotion. They are connected. The third hidden symptom is hyperfocus. This one sounds like a superpower, and sometimes it is, but it is also a trap. When the ADHD brain finds something genuinely stimulating, it locks in completely. Hours pass, everything else disappears. The focus that seemed impossible all day is suddenly absolute. The problem is that hyperfocus is not chosen and it is not directed. You cannot point it at the thing you need to do. It goes where the dopamine is, and when the hyperfocus locks onto something, in a project, a relationship, a game, an idea, it can be almost impossible to exit. People with ADHD regularly miss meals, skip sleep, and lose days to hyperfocus. And then when it ends, often abruptly and without warning, the crash is profound. The fourth hidden symptom is rejection of routine. ADHD brains resist repetition in a way that goes beyond preference. Doing the same thing the same way creates no dopamine reward after the novelty wears off. The brain needs newness, variation, and stimulation to function. This is why ADHD people often set up brilliant systems and then abandon them. The system worked when it was new and interesting. The moment it became routine, the brain found it unbearable. This is also why advice like just build better habits lands so poorly. Habits are built on repetition. Repetition is neurologically uncomfortable for the ADHD brain. The advice is not wrong, it is incomplete. It doesn't account for how the brain actually works. The fifth hidden symptom is sensory sensitivity. Many adults with ADHD, especially those with overlapping autism or sensory processing differences, experience the world at a higher volume. Tags in clothing are unbearable. Certain sounds override all other processing. Crowded spaces become overwhelming not because of anxiety, but because the brain cannot filter the input. This sensory experience is exhausting, and it is invisible to everyone around you. Naming these symptoms matters not because names fix anything, but because without the right framework, you spend your life trying to solve the wrong problem. You think you need more discipline when you need a different relationship with time. You think you need to control your emotions when you need to understand your nervous system. You think you need better habits when you need strategies designed for a brain that rejects repetition. The difference between those two framings is everything. Next, why we bring it all together, everything we have covered, the ADHD, the RSD, the anxiety, the exhaustion, the hidden symptoms, all of it converges on one topic that is the single most searched ADHD question online right now. Why ADHD brains feel rejection differently than any other brain on Earth. And what that costs in real life. That is next.